starting round 1 of our Legacy event right now. On the left we have Blue-White Stoneblade, and on the right we have Black-Red Reanimator. We'll be switching the camera over to them and the audio over to them so that we can hear what's going on the playfield. Alright. Thank you for joining us once again. We're going to be starting right away.
Roll and all those good things. Yeah. I know we like to
we have these nice play mats that tell us exactly where to do everything.
We're good? And you guys have the microphone. Oh, good. Alright, so we're on mic since we don't have official announcement for this round.
Okay.
So our dialogue will be the narrative, if we choose to speak, which I hope we do, because I'm a nice guy. There's a randomized D20.
Okay.
Please. D12. No, when it's one something.
It's got 12 sides.
There you go.
All right.
It's two D6s. All in one.
Can you go higher than 4?
Oh, I just threw mine out, honestly.
Apparently not.
Oh, alright.
All right.
I will be on the play, sir.
That works. Thank you guys for joining us on the stream. Sorry, we do not have a dedicated announcer for the first round, but I think it'll be okay.
I did it, boys.
You did it.
I did a thing. Not a good thing.
You attacked with a big grid. The only thing you can hit is 14.
You get the metal ones, I love these things. A friend of mine has these.
Just let me know when you have.
I'm good to go.
That hits a non-creature.
I'll keep this hand, and before the game begins, I have an effect. I'll reveal Chancellor of the Annex.
Exile creature with power toughness 1.
Reveal this card from your hand. If you do, each opponent casts his or her first spell of the game. Counter the spell unless turn to plays 1.
Then you pass.
Exactly. So this will be our reminder counter
Okay.
for that effect.
This is my first time doing this.
Yeah, it was 2 months ago.
Yeah, that's what I heard, is they do Legacy every month.
I'll pass turn.
I'll draw.
Let's lose in
I'll fetch, go 19.
I go to 10.
How many? 12, 2.
Yeah, I'll keep you.
Fire blast you? There's 8 people?
Pay 2
That's not long.
Yeah,
Badlands.
have fun.
So much time.
Let's open it. If I'm gonna lose, I'm gonna lose.
You know what, I'll play
What should I
this game.
go?
Because you've already seen it. It's open now.
Spicy.
I'll cast Lotus Petal. I'll cast Lotus Petal. Tap red. If it's loading, draw 2, then discard 2.
Okay.
Drawing 2 here.
Yep.
I'll discard.
Alright.
I'm writing the Oracle text.
Chancellor of the Annex and Sire of Insanity.
Play the mountain.
Then I'll sacrifice for a black. Sacrifice for a second black. Cast Animate Dead. Targeting, if it resolves, targeting the Sire of Insanity. Alright. You just have.
So reveal the left card of the hand. You don't have anything green before.
Oh, that was a misplay. That's
White.
okay.
So the target. The response. He's good too. In response, I'll Thespian Sage my Ultra.
This is good game.
Again, 2. Okay. On the play again? Yes. Got it.
Knock this deck as existence.
Let's do 2 sheets. So I'll do the first one. And you.
Well, either way,
Yeah, it wouldn't matter.
it's not going to get bigger.
Yeah. Well, you'll take 6 then total, and then you'll take 1 more.
I'm going to go ahead and
First roll that one? Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to take 4, 5, 6 total.
3.
So 1, 2, 3,
5.
and 3. 1 from here.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Oh, I thought Sight was for the entire turn. Gotcha. Oh, never mind.
It's not a trick one.
Your turn. You're at Jameson?
I'm at 10.
The next time I check it, it's instantly gone. That once you tap it.
So yes, as you guys saw on stream, that was game 1. Very little information gained about Sean's deck. It's very good on his part. I wish I knew one more though. Like, at least one color. And that is a basic land. You can never assume anything in Legacy though, so we don't know for a fact that it's Death and Taxes. It could be some kind of Esper build. That's the beauty of this format, so much diversity.
Pass turn.
4 damage, you give it a little bit on your upkeep, and then
Before your because on upkeep, he's gonna unshadow something. The beginning of your turn. Yeah.
no, I just had to
So now you
Yep, I know what he does. Yep, sounds good. 16, 16.
Name? Friday night, Saturday, or Sunday? Here by midnight.
Charging in?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
I will stack to Fairwest. Good game? Yes. Okay.
Let's see if we can actually have a game of Magic this time.
Oh yeah, no, exactly. Let's see if I can hold out. Nobody saw that. I really need one extra 2.
Yeah, you want to booster boxes?
The question when you have any kind of combo deck is,
Intro deck.
dude, can I really afford to take the hell?
The bundles are $14.99. And if you booster box, what's $100?
The really crazy shit is that interactive fire blast. Yeah. That's probably, did you put that in there? So much. It makes it cost 3.
You have to pay the man.
Cut off.
Alright guys, we're about to begin game 2, and actually I just realized I forgot it. We're 43. Alright. Oh, these are gorgeous. They're brand new? Or relatively?
Relatively.
Oh.
I don't play enough
Sorry,
to have it get dinged up too bad.
Yeah. These just have that little, like, sticky, like, oh yeah, you played that for a while feel. For 6 and 7.
I want them all. 6.
No problem. I'll hang on to this. Good. Alright, so we just had our first game, and Temporal Magic, I hope you're joining us. Thank you for liking our tweet. Hope you're able to join us, likewise with Legacy Weapon Podcast. And as always, thank you to Kitchen Table MTG for having retweeted the posting for this event. Kitchen Table, I hope you're following. And guys, if you ever want a good, friendly forum we can actually discuss and not flame or troll, Kitchen Table MTG is the website of choice. You can go there after you're done listening to your Legacy Weapon Podcast.
The best one place out there.
And as we are very friendly here, we remind our opponents to scry once he's decided. Yeah, like he already knew, of course.
I'll come hang out here for a bit.
Last time we had this.
Alright, and final effects before we begin the game. I will reveal 2 Chancellors of the Annex, such that your first spell before the game will be countered unless you pay an additional 2 generic mana.
Alright, so we are going to go probe. Countered. Take 2 life less.
There you go.
Pithing Needle, naming Lotus Petal.
It's good. Wait, actually, you can't because that's a mana ability.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You can name it.
You can?
You can name it, but it doesn't count.
Oh, yes. So if you'd like to change
Maybe
your.
ability of sorcerers with Show's name can't be ignored.
Except for mana abilities.
Which is what that is.
Yeah.
So obviously, you'll decide on something else.
No, it's fine. It's the card's dead any which way. And that's the only thing I can think of.
Oh.
So it's alright. It's fine. I screwed up.
Alright, so I'll take my turn. So tap up, draw. Let me turn off the sound, apologize.
No worries.
These count for 2 towards those draws.
And thinking. 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, because if you're holding
I will move to discard. Pass.
I'll pass back.
Blessing Mire.
Yep.
19. Get a Badlands.
Take the 5-0.
There you go. I'll attempt to cast Reanimate.
We outfit.
Solid result. Alright, Chancellor will come in, and as an effect of the spell, I lose 7 life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then you know what it does, right? Whenever you cast a spell, counter it unless you pay an additional 1. Yep. Perfect. Pass turn.
You need to put bring the sword jar over here for you guys.
Back to you.
What do you mean you're wrong? What's for yelling at me? Your fault.
Fetch 11.
Maybe it's 2.
Are you doing that? So I was talking about that, and I said that, and then Lawrence pulls out. So John from him was, what? I didn't know it was a swear jar now. And then I suggested.
Then I'll swing for 5.
I'll do it at 15.
Yeah. And
Whenever any of us cast
pass.
You'll take 5.
it's with team.
You'll take 5.
Another side to it.
Of course, of course.
Yep.
I'm going to cast a spell arrows.
Pass back to you.
Alright, untap and draw. Let's see what we got.
Oh, sorry, it's 1.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Chancellor play. Super 5.
Add the extra 1.
Very good. Let me see if there's any
I'll suspend.
response. No, that's fine. Swords to Plowshares happens. You paid extra 1. I gain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 life. Then we have the second main phase.
I thought that was the end of your sentence. I thought you were going to say,
Yeah, I realized. People on camera, that's the line of which you're talking about.
All over the board. It mostly caught Angel, but it caught a few of them.
you're like, no, that's not possible. Too bad I can just go get
Pass.
another one.
We're trading Snow Giant for it. Giant Spider for a Monzo? Sounds good.
There's not a lot of
Sucker
I'll pass back.
2-4 with 3. Now he'll be able to hit me with Sarah Angel.
Show it. Yeah, it's there for show
What
and
is
tell.
it? The format where it's just cards. 91.
Pretty much
It's called. I forget what it's called. It's not.
Move your discard. Pass. Unless you want to discard. I'm sorry, you want to fetch before that. No, it's not. Okay, good.
Like the format's called 91. But it's just
I don't know if you're
See that bunker over
Why
there?
is he pointing at me?
That's the
What's
guy.
up?
That's him.
What's up, dude?
Hey, Gabe.
I'm playing.
Me?
Yeah.
Watching me? I got a nice hat.
Playing with you.
Watch both of these now.
I just lost.
Him or me? Him?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
You talking to me? You must be talking to me.
His deck.
Gamble, but I'll do it. I'll go ahead and exile
Yeah, because he was
Abrupt Decay.
He was
towards Unmask. You reveal your hand, and I choose a non-land card from it, and you discard that card.
Yeah.
I was here Friday and I was here Saturday. No, I showed up last Saturday. I was just gonna show up on Sunday.
So
because I
you're
knew- because I knew nobody was gonna be here. I knew nobody was gonna be here. Even though I was like, I know I'm not the only Magic player that that is.
You missed your untap. And then he hit you right in that face.
Yeah, you just push in the neck.
I'm a big fan of the foreign duels. The colors are much richer.
Yeah, I like the, it's got a darker blue to it.
Yeah.
And then when you get to
Your eyes
heaven,
go
God's
back.
like, you missed your untap step, sends you straight to hell. And then there's just all these people down there like, you too.
Exile that spell, huh?
I will fix
Yeah.
God backwards into hell, whooping and hollering.
That's fine. So,
I say, do you want to put it up under?
yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. Then cards in hand left 3. One of which is from. Oh no, you're playing blue white stone. So it's not. You don't have any 4 counters. But then where are your Mausoleum Hunters? I'm thinking out loud, obviously. Let's do this. Let's touch.
Mostly because he's just really good. I just got lucky that he
I'm not even playing the Sorcerer build.
Yeah, take 6.
It's not battle scars.
What?
It actually came like that.
Oh, it actually came like that? I thought it was like a...
Which is King Castle 3.
No.
I look at your hand. I can choose a number on the bottom of your library.
I can respond back, correct?
You can.
How far do you want to go back? And I was
I'll
like...
bolt you for 3.
So cast your enemy.
And
That's the building? The camera
2. He
exploded?
got game 1.
I lost game
I
3.
was like, oh, high school.
Yeah, I had to get in Sand Bridge.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do against that.
When we played Magic.
Ratchet Bomb.
Stone
Ratchet Bomb.
Tablets. Force the wheel?
Oh, yes. Ratchet Bomb.
Discarding my other
Cards in hand.
Play.
4. And 2 open red.
Yeah, but if they're playing Ratchet Bomb, they don't.
Textbook. It just says.
Probably said against Eldrazi, you have to still not be able to attack.
Yeah. I'd
Force
bring
the
it
wheel
in.
with the
Yeah, they just hold the target if you want to chance
The
the
next start just dump my hand. I'm like, whatever.
Exactly.
Force it. Exiling a spell quality.
Oh, it's harsh. Alright. That gets countered, and then.
So like, when you're spectating a game,
Yeah, the other one?
your hand.
This line.
Yeah. Your hand. So,
Yeah, this is not Blue White Stoneblade, I know. That's so very simple. Yes, exactly. If he wants, correct, to use a commentator. We have none right now. So if you're up, introduce yourself and switch the mic over to you.
Please, because I'm terrible dialogue.
I'm sorry, your fetch for planes very good. And did you go to 14 to 13?
Sorry, yeah.
Awesome. Is my screensaver up or what? Oh, okay.
But the goal is to
There we
yeah.
go.
It's one of the two decks that wants to not play Magic.
Thank you. Alright, getting here a little late. I've been in rounds. Name's Jake. I'm here from Mirrodin Tech. And we're going to have some fun. Let's see here. We have... It's like Jund Reanimator versus Blue-White Stoneblade. And if you'll excuse me, I'm just trying to catch up on here. Seems like a very fast-paced match. I'm not sure which round we're in. So if you guys would like to help me at some point here, I'm going to be checking a few things and be going through there. Now, obviously, the Reanimator player does not want this many lands. Way too many for this late in the game. Stoneblade player is tapped out from hardcasting Batterskull, and we will see how this goes. Some 4-mana cast for Unmask. It's been a while since I've seen a cast Unmask. I believe he's going to be targeting himself, I don't know. Not sure if our Blue-White Stoneblade player has a hand. So he does not. Interesting. So this might just be a one-sided hate fest for the moment. And we'll see a swing for 6 in, which will drop our Black-Red Reanimator friend down to a whopping 7, bringing Blue-White Stoneblade back up to 17. This seems like a very fading battle unless we can get a Griselbrand or something out. It's not easy. Now we're seeing a pass. I'm not sure what we can do here much longer. He's got a 2-turn clock, effectively, with a very large amount of life gain coming his way. We'll see him go to 1. I'm not sure what we can do here, and I believe Pithing Needle would be named on Griselbrand, so many problems. We might see an Exhume here for 2 mana. But I'm not sure getting a Chancellor of the Annex back would work, yeah, or an Animate Dead. Alright, so that's that game. We're going to see, I'm not quite sure which game this is on. But if they continue on, I've seen Abrupt Decay. I'd like to say that's game 2, and they're going to go to game 3. And this is not an easy matchup by any side for the Reanimator player. After sideboard, due to... So I was trying to get things set up here. Due to Stoneblade's ability to run, in this case, 8 creatures that have days on them, effectively. Actual Force of Will, Meddling Mage, there's a lot of cards that go against Black-Red. So I believe that Black-Red winning game 1 was a very needed win. And we will just have to wait and see how this goes. I don't know their sideboards off the top of my head. We do have Collective Brutality up, which would be a great one for Reanimator to have. And Black-Red does have a much more explosive start than the Blue-Black, sorry. And we'll have to see from there. They can have the open hand discard to the turn 1, along with Chancellor and Annex in hand would be great. It's not easy here. Just gonna let the Brutality up. What do we got up here? We had last game. What did we have last game? It was a good one. Spell Queller, there it was. So that was what was stopping the reanimation last time. And we'll just have to see from here. It seems like a fairly straightforward sideboard match. One has Rest in Peace, one does not. And it's just a game of speed is the sad part here. Now the Blue-White Stoneblade player though on the advantage, cannot take a risky keep like he would probably want to. And I've actually played with both these gentlemen. I was in rounds earlier. I lost to Burn. I'm playing the Eldrazi Menace. And our blue-white Stoneblade player is new to the deck. I'm not quite sure how much experience he has with it. I know it's been roughly the second or third time put together, so seeing him win at least Game 2 was really nice to see for me, since I have been a playtest partner for many other decks with him. And we'll have to go there. Alright. Get the big bridge shuffles, making me cringe every time I hear that noise. Ugh. Just hearing Legacy makes you hurt. It's pretty dual lands going for a ruffle. But we'll see. In Game 3 it's rough. Black-Red Reanimator does get to go first, so I think this gives them an advantage. I want to say 60-40 for the first 3 or 4 turns. At least 2 to 3 turns, rather. If they can't go off by that time, I think the Stoneblade player keeps an advantage and makes it very difficult for Reanimator to come back, unless they just have a string of draws that are insane. I've played Black-Blue Reanimator, and it seems very difficult even for that matchup. We take a look here, we see at least one land, Faithless Looting, Animate Dead. I'm not seeing any creatures at the moment. He has an Unmask. He's shaking his head against it. I don't want to say I'd take a chance with it, just with the Faithless Looting. It's a solid opening 7. It has hate towards his opponent's hand with Unmask, but it looks like he is not quite happy with it, going down to 6. Going down to 6, it makes it a little harder for this matchup to work out well. He has to have, I mean, this deck can mull fairly well. I've had this deck mull to 4 to land, Dark Ritual, Entomb, Reanimate, and just they had it. And I couldn't do anything about it. I was on Dredge, and they had a turn 1 Griselbrand, and it made me cringe a little bit. You know, it's a good deck, and I lost that matchup fairly poorly. So, we'll have to see how he goes on this 6. I'd like to think the 6 mulls fairly well. Anything below 5, or sorry, anything below 6 though, gets a little risky, just due to variant factors, so little lands in the deck. I think there's only 16 to 17 land in the deck. I know the other versions, well, okay, so he only runs 16 land, but he also has Dark Rituals, things of that nature. It looks like it's a solid 6. We have land, Lotus Petal, Faithless with an Unmask. I can't tell the other cards exactly. It looks like he's going to keep and get a Scry off. Maybe. No, he's going to 5. So, going to 5 here, I think, is very difficult. I know you need the explosive start. I know you do. But if you have a solid 6 and you get a good Scry off of it, I think it would be a great thing to go, even on the play. I mean, you reveal a creature off the top and you just go for it and win. But, such is the life of Legacy. The greedy keeps are needed, but if they're too greedy, you can't do it. And something he does have to worry about, even if there is Graveyard Hate in Sean's hand and he takes it, he does run towards the Plowshare, so going all in on a mull to 5 is not easy. Knowing there's 2 Rest in Pieces, I know on the sideboard for the Stoneblade player there's 2 Rest in Pieces and a Containment Priest, let alone with 4 Swords of Plowshare in the main, Force of Wills, the Spirits. This is not an easy keep, by the least. We see Land Chancellor, and it's hard to see the rest, but I don't think he can go lower than 5. Going lower than 5 makes this an even harder matchup from what you want to do. Probably thinking right now, if the mull to 6 was a better keep, I do like this hand. From what I can see, it looks like he's going to keep it. Revealing Chancellor of the Annex, he's going to get a Scry. He does have land, he does have Chancellor, so it is a good start for a multi-5. Scry to the bottom, reveals Chancellor beginning of the game. Just so we know that is there, that if our blue-white Stoneblade player goes, he is in trouble. Yes, we see the Chancellor of the Enix. Very strong card. And we're going to see if there's any opening plays for our black-red Stoneblade, black-red Reanimator player. Sorry, got a little mixed up there. And he's just going to pass the turn, probably looking for a land of some sort, or maybe just a natural discard spell. We're going to see a basic island pass. Probably trying to fight around the Chancellor effect. Just for the fact that it's hard. It is a hard thing to get around. Now, I don't know if it's unbeknownst to his opponent, the blue-white Stoneblade deck does not have room for any dazes. It's not an easy thing to see. We are going to see, looks like a 1-drop being cast for 2. And is a Judge's Familiar. So that is it. That spell is over. The Chancellor Annex is over with. We will have to see how it goes from here. I don't know if he's looking for land, hate, etc. He has the land, it looks like. He has the Entomb. But he might not have any Reanimate. No, I think I saw Reanimate. Very difficult to tell what's in the hand just due to angles. But he's just waiting it out for some reason. Maybe wait it out for discard. I'm not quite positive on this. How'd you end up doing?
Bad luck. Yeah,
fair.
Shouldn't happen.
I also lost to Burn with a 1 of Ensnaring Bridge on their sideboard, so you know, what can you do? We're watching the round, game 3 of Blue-White Stoneblade versus Black-Red Reanimator. Blue-White Stoneblade has waited several turns on a multi-5 with a hand that has lands, Chancellor of the Edex, and Entomb. So I'm not quite positive. We have a Faithless now, so I think he's gonna start trying to fire off here. And it's not gonna be easy. We're gonna see Badlands into that lovely, almost black border Badlands. As many of you don't know, there are some sleeves that make them look a little bit better. Is this one or not? We'll find out. But it looks like we're going to see the Faithless looting here, and it might get canceled. It might get countered. I'm not sure how well Sean is going to play around that. Whether he's just going to use the Familiar now. So we're going to exile Unmask first. So exile Reanimate, reveal Unmask. I'm assuming Meddling Mage is naming Reanimate. That's what I'm saying, shush. I heard the shh. Is it not too loud? What happens? Alright. Okay. So we are going to see the Unmask. We're going to see if Sean allows it to happen. This is a big one, because if Sean allows it to happen, he only has 1 hate in hand, he's in trouble. But if his opponent can go afterwards, then he's just in a world of hate. And we are going to see a Forcible from Sean, not letting his opponent see anything. I'm not sure what he exiled. I want to say it is another Familiar. Okay. The question is, does Sean have anything else to back up for what's in hand? I would say he's going to sacrifice a spell. Yep, there you go. So, just got to get used to the settings. So I believe that was the right play on Sean's part. Don't let him get any enablers in the yard. It's not easy. He doesn't know the other cards in hand. And just starts slowly beating down. He has time, he has chances, and a lot of spells that interact fairly well with Reanimator. And I'm just not sure. We have Reanimator at 4 cards, I believe. We have Stoneblade at 5. See a 1-mana spell. Let's see what it is. I'm going to say Mausoleum Wanderer. Hey, I'm good at this game. Let's see, attack for 2. Bring Reanimator down to 16. Fairly slow-paced game, which is what Reanimator wants to see. He hasn't seen a Rest in Peace yet. He hasn't seen any mana denial. There's a lot of things that could go wrong here that haven't yet, which is really nice to see. We're going to see looks like the second land for Swamp. And I'm just not sure if he has the other spells in hand. With Meddling Mage, I believe, naming Reanimate. 1 second, please. Just had to reassure Meddling Mage is naming Reanimate. We do see a Dark Ritual, which is a very strong card here. 3 black in the pool. And we'll see 1 red. I would like to think it's 1 red. He's going to flashback Faithless Looting. So, it's a good answer right now. Leaving him only with 1 mana though. It's not an easy return spell. I'm not sure if it's worth countering here. And I think Sean's just going to let it happen due to the floating mana. And we see our Reanimator player drawing 2 Exhumes. So this could go very well for him. We're going to see a Tidespout Tyrant. I'd like to think Chancellor of the Annex. This is a huge turn of events. If our Stoneblade player cannot counter any of those Exhumes, this game could just be over with. The Reanimator player also has to draw more lands, though, due to a few more counterspells in hand than he's going to want to see. Even if it's just the Mausoleum Wanderer, it does slow at least another turn for some more damage. Exhume not dealing damage is nice, so it will be an interesting concept to go through here.
Not that.
Oh, not me, okay.
Take a look at the graveyard. Maybe our Stoneblade player has drawn the Rest in Peace. It really does depend here. And you never see it when you want to is the problem. And we see 2 mana tapping. I'd like to say Rest in Peace. We have a Stoneforge Mystic. Sora. And I'm not sure what he's going to get here. He has a few options. I'm going to say Batterskull is the main option here. Fire Ice wouldn't do too much. It'd be a little more aggression. Nothing crazy. And other than that, I mean, Jitate isn't strong enough. And sort of Fire Ice isn't strong. So yeah, Batterskull was the option. Very interesting. I'm not sure if I'd play Stoneforge or if I had more mana, I'd be ready. It's really tough to tell, but swinging in for 3, you can still get the Mausoleum Wanderer on the Exhume. Unless he has another spell we are not prepared for. That's the whole thing here. If he has an Animate Dead versus Exhumes, Mausoleum Wanderer cannot get it due to only being countering instant or sorceries. It's not an easy answer here. We're going to see it, we're going to see an Exhume. So, if I were Sean, if I do not have Force of Will, I would sack the Mausoleum Wanderer. It's not worth your opponent getting back a creature for a spell familiar, in my opinion. And he's thinking on it, which is good. I don't know if he has an answer for it or not, but I'd like to think the Mausoleum Wanderer is getting sacrificed here. I don't think his opponent can pay 1 off of 2 tap lands unless we see a Simian Spirit Guide. Those are in this list on occasion, but he's already passed the spell, and we're just gonna get it back, which is a really interesting turn of events. I'd like to hope Stoneblade has a Swords to Plowshare, or else this could go terribly wrong, terribly fast. Just for the fact of... Okay, so this is weird. I actually haven't seen Tidespout Tyrant resolve in quite some time, so... Our Stoneblade player on a full grip of cards. I'm not sure what he can do here. We'll just have to see. We're going to probe his hand. We're going to see Abrupt Decay, Reanimate, Exhume. Short 8, land for Abrupt Decay. And Exhuming again would just cause utter demise for our Stoneblade player. This is game 3, this is for all the marbles. It's really awkward to see how this works after Reanimator gets a creature online. That's the hardest part. And with Tidespout Tyrant online, any spell is effectively bounce spells. So Meddling Mage goes down, he can reanimate, bring back Chancellor of the Annex, making everything cost 1 more. It's a Daze on a stick. But I want to see if he has the Swords of Plowshare. If he has the swords, so he does have Swords of Plowshare. Saying no removal, his opponent will gain 5 life, but he'll swing back in for at least 4. Having double counterspell up in hand effectively with the Familiar and the Mausoleum Wonder. So he'll hit in for 5, effectively null out the Swords to Plowshare, have 1 mana open, and 2 technical dazes open. This is strong for Sean. I'm glad to see that this worked out. It's a risk to keep to let any Reanimator player get anything back on the field. It's not easy. And we're going to see Animate Dead, something Sean can't quite get around just yet. It is an enchantment, so you cannot sack the Familiar or
10-minute timer, guys.
Or the Mausoleum Wanderer. And having Chancellor out, we just had a 10-minute call. We will see how this goes. It is not an easy thing to anyway. Every spell costs 1 more to cast. If he has another Swords of Plowshare, he does. So this is actually brutal. Having the double swords, keeping the creatures out, and just nulling each turn is not easy. And this is where the Stoneblade player wants to be. It's not easy for him to come back. Any Reanimator player, like I said, past a few turns, we're going to see the Abrupt Decays. We're going to see the few things come out here. I'd like to see we're going to see Abrupt Decay from Meddling Mage. Nothing you can do about that. Which would not be a complete disaster for our Reanimator player. It is just not easy here. Not quite sure what the goal of this game will be afterwards. I just know it is not easy. I think he just has to kind of pass the turn here to an Abrupt Decay end of turn and try. He has no creatures in the graveyard. His opponent has no creatures in the graveyard. And there's just no need to try to go again just yet. He has to get a good draw off the top, hoping for an Entomb after he Abrupt Decays, and going from there for a Grizzlebrand. Because the odds of his opponent having a third... He's going to get rid of the Stoneforge. I'd have gone for the Meddling Mage, I think. I'll have to ask him later on how it goes. If you go for the Meddling Mage, you got a good shot. We do see that Sean has drawn a Masterpiece now, so this game is effectively over without a Through the Breach. It is not easy here. And Through the Breach is a sideboarded card, I believe. It's not something you're going to easily get. And we're going to see the Crackback for 4, dropping Reanimator to 8, to 17 Stoneblade, and this is exactly where they want to be. As soon as you watch the player drop the Abrupt Decay holding up for the Rest in Peace, this was his chance. This is absolutely the chance he wanted. And it's not going to be easy for him here at all. And it's just not a good spot for him. It's just going to be a slow incremental beat. We're going to have Meddling Mage, probably naming, I would like to say Abrupt Decay. We'll have to see on that later through rounds. And it's just hard. It's another 4, bring him down to 4. I want to say it's Reanimate and Abrupt Decay. Rest in Peace is down. The draw, and that's the scoop up. So it was a really good game here. I'd definitely say it's a very close matchup early on. As soon as you start going late game, Stoneblade has a much better chance. And yeah, so we'll have Stoneblade get it 2-1. We had a short timer there. This might be the last round. We're back momentarily.